Gods and Humans by Nicu Stanciu. Read by Nicu Stanciu. Chapter 2. The Forgeries. It was a big room full of art objects, mainly statues. On a big desk in the middle of the room, there were three pieces, two heads and a Venus. And there was a man inspecting at them with a big magnifying glass. The Venus was around 25 inches tall, made of white marble. The heads, one marble, one bronze. The marble one was an Apollo, most probably. The bronze one was Theseus or Heracles. I'm not sure, muttered the man. He was moderately tall, his hair gray to white, and his face expression was one of the most serious and severe you could find. He took a mobile phone from the table, pressed a button twice, and put it to his ear. Diana, dear, would you come to my office, please? I want to show you something. After 15 minutes, a young woman entered. She was dark haired, average height, and had something very mysterious in the look in her eyes. Hi, Papa. Wow, look at these marvels. I'm speechless. He said nothing, indicating with his hand that she can watch them closely. And she did. She got near the statues on the table and gazed at them one by one from different angles. I don't know what to say, she said after 3 minutes or so of examining them thoroughly. They're perfect. The proportions, the shapes, the expressions, all perfect, exquisite. The Venus is so sensual and so incredibly balanced, and its curves, they would leave mute even a master like Michelangelo. I could hardly think he'd have been left mute with his wild temperament, smiled the old man, and all the wrinkles on his face took such an unexpected turn that anyone seeing him would have instantly guessed he hadn't smiled much in the last years. Yes, you're right. We all know how famous he became for hitting his Moses with the hammer and yelling at him, "Why don't you speak, Moses?" The old man smiled again, and this time one could almost hear all his wrinkles cracking like old plaster. And this Apollo, well, it's crazy, she went on. I mean, look at the polishing. It seems even smoother than glass, if that would even be possible. The old man raised his eyebrows. And this Heracles, it's Heracles, isn't it? I think so. Though it kind of reminds me of Theseus too, but I incline even more towards Heracles, now that you say so. This is unbelievable. The expression is fantastic. Exactly, fantastic. That's the word for it, nodded the old man. It has a certain something about it, she frowned, intrigued. I couldn't tell exactly what it is, but it looks as if a certain sadness was imprinted on his face. There you go, said the old man, pointing a finger to his daughter. I knew you would see it. Well done. Something. Sometimes I think you outsmart me in every way. At your age, I was only half smart and half experienced than you are now. Oh, father, how can you say such a thing? That's not fair. Everything I know from you. It was you who worked hard to learn all by yourself. As for me, I took everything as readily made. You already refined and decanted all the knowledge for a lifetime. What would I be without you, huh? Well, you're only partially right. You still have things from your mother that I don't. And that's more than enough to be better than me in every way. Oh, what a woman she was! Indeed, she was. But you were always her equal. Not always. Oh, Papa, I miss her so much. I miss her too. The professor coughed, cleaning his throat. Let's get back to our conversation. Where were we? I said that Hercules here has a sort of sadness on his face. Right, the sadness. Developed the idea. Well, I've never seen such a thing before. It's amazing. It's very unusual. Yes, indeed, very unusual. I can say I've never in my entire life seen such a thing as an emotional expression on the face of an antique statue ever. Neither have I, she added. You thinking what I'm thinking. You go first and then I'll tell you. Well, could be an exception, some sort of a nonconformist master, or, the old man repeated, or, she went on, it could be fake. Exactly. That's what I've been thinking too. And if so, we're not talking about a master anymore, she added. Oh no, just think a little. Fake though it might be, one still had to be a master to be able to make such a thing. It's still a masterpiece after all, isn't it? Well, if you say so, Papa. But then what kind of a master would make a fake masterpiece? A master forgerer, they both said at once, pointing a finger to one another. And if there's a fake out there on the market, she began, there are certainly more, and made by the same hand, he finished. Well, then, I guess we'll just have to find out.